Havana Syndrome physiological effects. The effects of the electrochemical attack on the physiology of humans. It is important to understand that this is a psychotronic, mind-altering weapon, whose main purpose is mental injury and the creation of a false mental illness. A significant percentage of mental health patients are attacked. Cleaning the chemical along with removal of Wi-Fi and cell phones is the only treatment that will help them. This requires their identification. An international criminal organization possesses a sonic, psychotronic, chemical electromagnetic weapon that is used to attack civilians. An acidic chemical is sprayed as a gas or shot as an arrow using a frequency transmission. Penetrates subcutaneously and thickens in the affected area. The transmission to the conductive material continues 24/7. Causes extensive physiological damage. Most of them are described and explained in the video, with real photos of injuries inflicted on the attackers. Constant noise in the ears, transmitted at brain frequencies, causes stupor, the damage depending on the transmitted frequency and exposure time. Frequency 0.95 Hz said heart rhythm impairment. Frequency 4.5 Hz paranoia, frequency 6.0 Hz depression, and suicide. Frequency 7.8 Hz pleasant feeling, frequency 10.0 Hz hypnotic state, frequency 11.0 Hz anger attacks, frequency 12.0 Hz epilepsy, frequency 17.6 Hz loss of calcium ions from nerve cells. Most of the physiological effect comes from the noise in the ears, which causes disturbances in the brain and nervous system, and from there in the cognitive and physical function. In the pictures you can see how the injuries are aimed at the ear area. The substance accumulates at a certain point on the body, intensifies the frequency and intensifies sensations, intensifies pain, intensifies sensitivity, intensifies everything. The arrow is a shot of a chemical arrow penetrates subcutaneously, causing a point injury. There is a penetration hole, the substance destroys the tissue and deepens the wound. Causes very strong pain as the frequency is transmitted. The arrow is used as a reference point for transmission, and for a chemical that is sprayed there in the form of a gas. The chemical substance is acidic and interacts with the skin, causing a local burn depending on the amount of the sprayed substance. A sonic weapon, psychotropic, that causes extensive damage. The arrows are aimed at the ears, causing pain in the whole body to disrupt the brain to create an inaudible monotonous noise, 1 to 20 Hz, and intolerable. The material can be inside the ear so that there is actually a tiny transmitter that amplifies any transmission inside the ear. In the eye area, causes blurred vision, swelling in the eyes, until the eye is closed, causes burns in the eyes. When a number of arrows are shot around the eye and into the eye, it causes swelling and fluid filling, including spraying material and clogging the tear ducts. An arrow in the area of the mouth and the nose, inside the mouth, causes a spray into the mouth trachea, creates suffocation. Fills the stomach with gas. Stomach bloating, indigestion. Acidity in the mouth and throat. The mouth damage to the palate and teeth. Arrows in the throat cause choking, and acidity in the mouth. An arrow in the nasal area or inside it, transmission to the nasal cavities, creating pressure that causes the blood pressure to rise equals risk of stroke, heart attack, etc. The suffocation of the gas in the respiratory organs causes a decrease in the amount of oxygen in the blood. The result is confusion, delirium, loss of contact with reality, a psychotic state, causing death in sleep. Shooting to the lung area causes pain and breathing difficulties, gas penetrating the respiratory organs. Pain in the heart area, angina pectoris, heart attack. Abdominal area, digestive problems, acidity in the mouth. Increased appetite, loss of appetite to the point of exhaustion. arrow in the spine, back pain, pain in the legs, paralysis, numbness in the legs, arrow in the buttock and in the area, pain, lameness, disorders of the digestive system. Arrow in the legs, severe pain, paralysis, tremors. Limp. If not treated immediately, edema is formed, the tissue is destroyed as a result of deep penetration of the phosphorus, which is one of the components of the chemical substance. How the electrochemical attack works: there is always transmission to the ear together with transmission to the point of impact. The harmful effect is achieved by combining them. There is always an arrow or a substance that is sprayed in the painful and dysfunctional area. Without dissolving the substance and removing the arrow, there is no chance of relief. If neglected, the material penetrates deeper and thickens than automatic spraying there. The damage is getting worse. Deep and comprehensive tissue destruction, mainly from the phosphorus found in the chemical substance, gas. Severe edemas are formed. The difficulty in treatment is due to the difficulty in treatment arises the substance digests the tissue, a process that does not stop because of the transmission that activates the substance. Therefore, in the first step it is necessary to clean all of it from the tissue. Indication: whenever there is pain there is substance. The gas continues to be sprayed on the affected area, and thus a conductive chemical substance continues to accumulate at the point, intensifying transmission, pain, and the severity of the injury. Therefore, after cleaning, it is necessary to protect the wound with a plaster. It is advisable to put an aluminum sticker on it equals blocking transmission, and on it a conductive copper sticker that will neutralize the transmission. A local inflammation occurs that requires treatment. An infection can occur, so medical advice is needed, while explaining what caused the injury. Summary of physiological damage. Havana Syndrome. The combination of conductive gas with frequency transmission creates countless cognitive and physical injuries to the human body. The gas is not visible or looks like dirt, a camera detects it. The transmission is inaudible, brain frequencies 1 to 20 Hz. Therefore, there is no chance that they will identify the cause of the injury equals the simulated disease. Thousands of people in Israel are treated every day as a result of such injuries, and no one has a clue that the cause of this is an electrochemical criminal attack. Operative conclusions. Therefore, it is mandatory for the Ministry of Health to conduct an in-depth study and identify the cause. This will save human suffering, mortality, and many billions to the public money. The burden on the health system stems in no small part from the described phenomenon. In the presentation, some of the severe vulnerabilities are presented. It is important to note that in fact the chemical substance can simulate countless diseases from colds through viruses, and more. The main goal of the attackers is to create the impression of a poor, dysfunctional, cognitively impaired, disconnected person, and to cause pain and suffering equals intentional abuse and incapacitation until death. Nazi sadism.